And welcome back. Halftime is almost over here at Schaefer Center. It's 38-29. And looking at some of the first half stats, John. Scoring leaders, we'll look at the overall game stats first. Field goal percentage, 51% for the Pioneers, just 29, we'll call it 30% for the Lions. 3-point percentage, a healthy 40. They just shot 5, but overall, look at the rebounds, 6 advantage for Pioneers, 12-8 advantage Pioneers. Overall, what are some things you see from this stat sheet that lends you to believe why it's a 9-point lead?
Well, it's really all about controlling the second chance opportunities or taking those second chance opportunities away from the Lions, and that's what Wayland Baptist has done today. Is they have really controlled their defensive boards, and as you see in the total respect, the rebounds go their way. Let's see, 23-17. So that's a big storyline for them. They're taking away what the Lions usually get, a lot of second chance points. And without that opportunity, shooting less than 30%,
Bench scoring
man,
13-3 in favor of the
yeah,
Pioneers. Look at the points in the paint, John.
yeah,
20-4.
yeah. This is what we knew. They are who we thought they are or were, or however you say that. They are the real deal, and we knew that coming in. These bigs can play down low. They can run fast. They are so athletic, and not only is there just one, but there's three really big guys that can run the floor and come. They're interchangeable. They come in. They can play together. They come in staggered, and that's a tough, very formidable foe that you have to face. And this is a very Goliath versus David kind of matchup here. And of course, if you know anything about Donnie Boswick, that he loves that overcoming the odds scenario storyline. They live for that here, and that's the way he builds his team.
All right, let's
So
back up here. John, I guess you got the floor here. Walk us through the guaranteed wins. You're leading in our game. Walk us through these game scores so far.
Well, yeah, as you can see, Mac U is up on St. Greg's 33-28 at half, and St.
Good for
Gregor's
me.
that is good for you.
It's
Of
early.
course, it's early and it's only a 5-point lead, and you're talking about it's at Mac U. We knew this would be a hard-fought battle. Come down to the very end. I still maintain that will probably come down to the very end. And MacU is favored. They're a bit overrated as 14 in the country, but um, St. Gregory's is the real deal as well. So that's why we picked the upset. Um, and then, of course, you see I went against the Lions.
Way to
I
go.
didn't want
Adam's
to.
here in the booth with us. Can we beat this guy up now? I mean, where's his belief in the
Oh,
Lions?
come on! That
Come
that
on.
it's like the first time I've done it. You guys do it almost every game.
I have
So
not.
I don't think I've done that
that's
yet. Maybe for the girls.
oh,
I've
I think
not picked
that's what I'm
against.
saying
No.
for the
well,
Lady
in your
Lions.
defense, they are the number 21 team. So statistically speaking, they're ranked higher. You've researched them well, and right now you are on the mark because they are up by 9, and it's a commanding 9. And the Lions are going to have to make some changes in a hurry to pull this one out. They did the same thing against Southwestern Christian a few nights ago. Won a tough one. Adam, we need some help.
We do. I see why John picked against the Lions this game, but I go with my heart,
There you
not my
go.
head, when
There
it
you go.
comes to SAGU. I mean, with the women's game on Thursday, I went with my heart, and it worked. But this time, I'm going with my
Yeah, it
heart.
didn't
And
work.
it's not working so well this time.
You went against them the last two times before that.
I did.
And a quick whistle here as we're underway as Yabo went skying over Walter, and they're going to call it on Jonathan Walter on the defensive foul. Didn't give Yabo, I guess, room to land. Walter can't believe it. It's his first foul, just 7 seconds into the second half. Tough pass looking for Bunja Yabo again. It bounces out of bounds. We'll keep it right here. Walters inbounds from the left side now. Looking for, he's got Ristoff. Over to Crouch. McDew. Looking inside for Yabo. Not there. Now he's got it. Up against Price. Alexander kind of creeping down, looking for help. And now it's going to be inside, stripped away. On up ahead to Alexander. Works right. Stops, spins, turns, and gets the friendly roll off the front edge of the rim. Stopped on a dime, Mr. Cookman.
And I tell you what, anytime you put the ball on the floor in the paint against the Lions, you can expect it's going to get picked every time. These guys are way too quick to be putting the ball on the floor in the paint. Even as good as Royal Crouch is, he's not going to be able to keep that one alive.
Walters quickly gets those two right back with a nice slash to the paint. Adoy over to Alexander. Walter looking for Adoy and a whistle inside. Probably going to be against Yabo. That'll be his second if it is. It is. Number 2 for the junior from Western Texas Junior College, transferred from WTJC to come play for Coach Garnett. His 4th year, 65 and 50 in 4 years. Not a bad record. Pioneers. Price turns, gets it back over to Alexander for 3 on the long iron and a ripped out of the air. What was that? That was Crouch. Skying for the rebound. Now Yabo on Price. Big matchup. Double team by Rashad.
Wow.
Tough shot, no good. Loose ball. Yabo left side, no whistle. Price now out to Gentry. Coast to coast, turns, spins, and he gets a friendly roll. Body control, released it away from the defender. Soft off the glass. Leads cut to 7.
Big time play by Jason Gentry.
Loves to slash to the rim. You give him an inch, he'll take it. Woo.
Very
way out,
effective,
Ristoff got Gentry to go past him, turn left, set up his shoulders, and buried to 3. Ristoff's got 3. That's his first points of the game. He averages 9 a game. Adoy working on Yabo inside. Gentry, meanwhile, left side, too strong. And Yabo clears. Ristoff over to Crouch. Now Waters, and fouled by, it's going to be either Alexander or Adoy on that one. Easy call. Ben Alexander, that's his, could be his 3rd foul. It's his first foul. Alexander's got 12, leading the way for Donnie Bostwick's 17-6 Lions, 7-4 in conference play. Got their hands full here today. And underneath, second chance points, 2 more. This one, it goes to Playman Ristoff. And a timeout, just a shade under 3 minutes. Bostwick wants to talk it over. His team's now down by 12.
Well, you know, this has got to come, this run that they desperately need has to come from effort. It just has to come from all-out effort.
Your alma mater, John, excuse me.
Yeah.
You'll be happy to see this. 71-65, a win over Northwood University in men's basketball.
Well, that's good to see. They're putting together a good program down there in Lakeland, Florida. Southeastern University.
Let's count how many three-pointers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the board. We need 8 more for there to be Buffalo Wild Wings coupons passed out. Free wings. It's going to be probably tough for the Lions to get 8. They need to pound the ball in a lot of ways, and I'm not sure the 3 is going to be working for them all game long. There you see there's 6 3-pointers.
Well, 58% of their scoring is coming from the three-point land.
Back underway here. Alexander works up against a man-to-man defense. Now Price, shadowed by Ristoff, and stripped away and stolen by Playman. into the paint. Little soft pass to Durant from McDew. Kept alive in the corner, and Walter will touch it last. We'll keep it right here. Josh Swearingen will check in for Marcus Price. Going a little small ball here on defense. Swearingen will be set up against Jordan Johnson. A little floater off the glass, too strong.
He got his own rebound.
Yes, he did, and put it in. Robert Waters stayed with it.
That's a bit ridiculous right there. You cannot allow that floater to just come back so softly right to him.
Walter working on Johnson into the paint. Gets his own rebound and a whistle. And it'll be Jordan Johnson, the transfer from local Northwood University in Dallas, Texas. So if I'm doing my thoughts right here, then it could be that Jordan Johnson played with Dion Rogers, who's on the Lions bench when they were both at Northwood last year. Meanwhile, look at the domination on the boards. 27-18 in favor of WBU. Walter's second free throw is good. Lead is 12. He nails them both.
Now we're into a full court press, a little zone press. Just one notch above token pressure.
Wrist off. Looking inside, not there for Johnson. Swing back around. It'll be Walters. 17 in the shot clock, working right. Johnson working on Swearingen. Got a height and a weight advantage. Spins it back over, deflected by Walters. Looking for wrist off in the corner. Good defense from Walters. That leaves 8 seconds on the shot clock. McDew will inbound. Now 5. Tough shot off the,
wow.
Off the one-footed little fadeaway, the mini Dwayne Wade fadeaway.
With the high top fade.
Doy over to Alexander. Walter, 3 before the shot, a whistle in the paint, and it's going to go against Southwestern. Walter's 3, no good. And it looks like it was Alexander, his second foul, as he was dumping it off to Walter. Ran into a defender in the high paint area just below the free throw line. Third team foul on the Lions. And here comes more of that pressure, John. Zone pressure. Wrist off now, working on Walter and Adoy. Inside pass. And getting a tip. I think that may have been Yabo. It was wrist off the whole way.
Yeah, I think he left it alone.
Yabo gave it the wrist off. And
if he did, that would have been offensive goaltending.
Loose ball. Kept alive by Walter. Keeps his dribble up. Looking for help. Got Robertson. Over to Gentry. High screen pass, or high screen from Adoy. 14 in the shot clock, long 3. Nothing else was really unfolding there, so he decided I'll take it myself, and way off the mark.
Not the best idea with 14 seconds left on the clock. You still had time to let things develop. You're going to have to be patient. Let things develop. Wear them down more on when they're on defense. Make them work harder so that it's not quite as easy on the offensive side.
Waters gets it into Yabo off the dribble. Off the bounce, I should say. Now Adoy shadowing Yabo in the corner. Now other side. It is high off the glass, no good. McDew, reset though, rebound. Wayland Baptist.
What do you do, man, when you got a big tree like that? It just gobbles up everything. It's just amazing.
You hope for weird bounces off the rim. That's a bad pass.
And bad passes.
Hope for things like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And not happy about that is Taquan. You see Taquan really upset about that turnover. The 6'4" senior from Wabasso, Florida. Transfer from Texas A&M Kingsville. Moved out to Plainview to play for Coach Matt Garnett. Doing real well. He averages 11.8 points a game, 4 rebounds.
Where did you say he was from?
Wabasso, Florida.
Okay.
Or Wabasso. You spent some time in Florida. Did I butcher that name?
No, I don't think so.
Wabasso. or
When you
Wabasso.
first said it, you said it was from Florida, and I was wondering where that was.
That's a type of tortilla.
Ah,
Florita tortilla.
a flowered.
Flour tortilla.
Oh,
And a turnover.
Swearingen.
Swearingen get the infraction. We'll see Crouch check back in for Waters.
Well, these Pioneers, man, they are impressive. Oh, they are going to be a challenge for most any team that come up against them.
McGood, he's got 11. Solid player. And he's clapping his hand. He wants to play defense. I like that. A player who wants to play some defense now. Coming off the high of a nice bucket, challenging Alexander. Now here's Doy over to Feimster. Alexander crosses over. McDew back out to Feimster. Short. Yep, going to be short. And who else? Bunja Yabo. Rebound, I lost count. Let's look up his rebound count. My goodness, he's got a lot. Yabo.
This is where
Turns,
he needs to,
spins, shoots, fires, too flat, no good. Pull out of the air by Adoy.
this is what you would do if you're his coach. You got to teach him the old
Nice.
Akeem Olajuwon. Get him on your hip, hook him with your left arm low. Referee will never see it. Come over top. You got to teach him that right-handed move, that right-handed shot.
And a turnover, a travel called against Royal. And here's the replay. Tried the Euro step. It's become quite a popular move in the last 4, 5, 6 years, especially in the college level, even on the pro level. My kids at high school talk about the Euro move, the Euro step all the time. It's brought over from all the European style players that are playing in America now. So the two large steps in opposite directions is what it basically is. It just tries to clear space from the defender. Meanwhile, here comes Jordan. Johnson spots up Ristoff.
Wow.
Wow, they look good.
Beautiful
The moment it
shot.
was released, the rotation.
Super rotation.
And the lead is 19. The Lions are in trouble. This is about to be a blowout.
Well,
12-15 remaining.
And that's what happened last time these teams met.
And there's a no call there. That should have been a foul on Alexander. Instead, at the other end, it's Taquan McDew. He gets the foul. And the
Rob,
trip to the line.
You asked for a Lion change. You're about to get one.
I got one. Here they come.
Coach Bostwick's now searching his bench high and low, trying to find a combination that might work. And as you had called out in pregame and in some of our pre-production thoughts, would we see the mountain?
Dion, what's for dinner? Rogers has checked in to the table. And there's an absolute air ball. Turnover comparison 10-8 in favor.
And luckily the referee
SAGU
didn't see, but he had a lane violation. He was actually on the other side of his line.
And a terrible play from Guidry trying to spot up Erskine.
What a pass.
And we've got ourselves a game that's blown wide open.
That looked like a Tom Brady special. Dropped it right in between the defenders. Oh, my goodness. Royal Crouch looked like Julian Edelman there. Took it, stopped on a dime, made a move. It was incredible.
Gentry almost lost the hand of Walter. Inside to Guidry, over to Erskine. Steps inside the three, medium range jumper, too strong. Dion Rogers with a rebound. Puts a shoulder down, puts a man down, no whistle. Bucket good. Crouch went flying to the ground.
Yeah, and what are you going to do with that? If the refs aren't going to call that, then that might be all
folks,
day.
There's another turnover. This could be a mini spark here.
Well, they're going to have to get a little 10-0 run going.
Absolutely,
right here.
a big 10-0 run, and they'll still be down by a lot, by 11. There's the move again from Rogers. So inside it's Rogers and Johnson. We'll keep it right here. Guidry.
Guidry trying. Give him an A for effort, but maybe a C for execution.
Ooh. John Cookman.
He is
bringing the critique
well.
against the senior.
Well, Tyler,
He's a good player. He knows better.
He's a great player,
Yes,
but
he is.
these guys, you got to
Erskine for 3.
know your opponent.
And that went off, I think, a WWU's head or elbow or some odd part of a body. It wasn't a hand. We'll keep it right here. 34 in the shot clock. Rogers over to Guidry. In the paint. Stripped away. Back to Guidry. Walter had it for a second. Tough shot.
Travel.
And another travel called against Guidry. That's several in this game. Turnovers. Needless turnovers by the backcourt of the Lions.
Just trying to force things where you cannot force them. Just because you want to do something doesn't mean that's what you should do. Survey the land, understand who your opponent is, and then attack their weaknesses. Don't go after their strengths.
Watch the foul. No foul. Rogers tipped away by Johnson. Rogers almost had it. Not enough elevation. Johnson gets it. They get it out to, and now Walter with a steal. Loose ball back in front of the Pioneers, and punching it through is Royal Crouch.
Royal Crouch, what an athlete. What an amazing athlete to watch.
And Bostwick having some words with Royal Crouch and one of the referees. Not sure what he's unhappy about.
It wasn't Royal Crouch, just happened to, he got a little hurt and kind of stopped right there in front of where Bostwick was making his statement to the referees that there's a little too much hands and shoving going on.
He looks very upset, very tense.
Well,
he's not happy at all.
It is not a fun thing to be on the end of the stick where you can't find a solution. And Donnie Bostwick's one of the best college coach problem solvers there is. But right now, he's been given an equation that has, should we say, exceeded his level of mathematic ability.
It could be.
I don't, and you can't fault him because this team is good.
Yes, they are.
They're not just good, man. They're shut down, lights out good. I don't know how they've lost games in the Sooner. They're by far and away the best team that we have seen in the Sooner this year. These guys, maybe they're just gelling better than ever, but with this size, with their quickness and their ability, man, they're going to be a contender at the national tournament
Inside
level.
Rogers, no good, tips it to himself. And when you're that big, you own the paint, and you can just kind of play volleyball.
The mountain.
With yourself. And Dion Rogers, 4 points in just about 2 minutes of play.
If his cardio was there, I think he would see a lot more minutes. Bostwick would love to have him in on the floor. But running the style of ball, the fast pace, up and down, doesn't lean well into Dion's skill set just yet.
Not seen Jacob Lancaster on the floor in quite a while. He played 6 or 7 minutes in the first half, the 6'11" senior. Spent a lot of time on the bench here today for Coach Garnett. Maybe he should put him in to post up against Rogers or play some defense against Rogers. Either way.
Well, Wayland knows that you're at a tough place to play. You can't just call it quits right now just because you're up big.
Walter, wide open 3 from the corner, need it. No good. Weak side rebound. Guidry gets it back over to Walter. Erskine steps inside. Tough shot.
Great move.
The whistle.
Great move by Drew Erskine. He saw it. Drew is another one of the high IQ basketball players on the team. He can really manipulate his way. He saw that. He usually is a perimeter shooter. Gives up the parabola shot there and gets into the paint and makes his way.
Squares his body. Great. Created contact, then released the contact, jumped away. Nice. He's got that release anyway, so he knows it's going to be there. The soft touch. And he's going to try to complete a 3-point play and cut the lead perhaps back to 18. And it's perfect.
Drew Teen Wolf Erskine.
You got to make a run here. You got to score about 2 points a minute and keep them. You got to gain 2 points a minute on average to be there at the end. Not undoable.
Wow.
But
Royal
when you do that,
crouch.
they're going to call a charge
A
against
push. Yeah, he
Crouch.
pushed with his left arm, and that's something that slashers do. The good guys, the good slashers, are able to use their left arm if they're right-handed or their offhand to create the space. He got caught.
So you've got 3 subs in, and this mix is working well for the Lions right now. You got Guidry and Rogers and Erskine in. There's Guidry now spots up Drew Erskine. Oh my goodness, that was nasty.
Well,
That was just, are you kidding me, nasty?
well, Yabo just got in, and Erskine hasn't seen him that much. Surprise!
Welcome to the game in the paint. I'm here. Walter through the legs. Syrupy smooth. 17 footers, good. The lead is cut to 16. On the other end, it's McDew. Lead back to 18. 8 minutes left. Long three and a foul.
That's a
and
foul.
a foul, baby! Walter, a chance for a 4-point play. Mark this moment. 7:57. Could this be the spark that the Lions need?
Well, what you do know is going to happen is that there will be a little bit of a spark given, and it will most likely be started by John Walter. So the odds are that that is going to be the lift they needed. Unfortunately, you get a little stoppage here, and he will get to shoot and get an opportunity for a free point without the clock moving, which is something you needed. He didn't grab it.
Didn't grab it.
But let's see. You're going to have to get defensive possessions now.
There's one right there. Here come the Lions. Alexander gives up the 3, looking for a better shot. Spots up Robertson. No good, high rebound. And check that, Price just checked back in. He gets the rebound. In the corner now, it's Walter working on Ristoff. Through a screen, 18-footer. No good, pulled down by Yabo, and he elbows Marcus Price, but incidental, no contact or no whistle. Nearing the 7-minute mark. 64-49.
Yabo is so good down on the block. His athleticism will allow him to go left or right just as fluidly on either side. He's very seamless in his block operation there. And
Love his patience. Look at his patience. He turns and looks, protects the ball.
by far the best big man in the Sooner.
Yabo is, for the year, 38 of 61 from the line coming into this game.
He has only shot 61 times.
Swearingen back in the game for Southwestern. First free throw is no good. Price pulls it down. Lead remains at 15. Another miracle finish in store for the Lions. We'll see in the last 7 minutes of play. They need points in a hurry. Swearingen launches a 3 way off the mark. To get more legs into that shot.
Not really who you want shooting the ball here in a run time when every possession counts.
McDew, mid-range jumper, in and out. Loose rebound, pulled in by Crouch. Hassled by Adoy and Robertson. Long shot right into the hands of Price. Crossing timeline is Alexander. Into the paint, turn, no look pass. Adoy for 3, no good, off the mark. McDew with the rebound.
Just can't get it to fall. Not falling tonight like they're used to. And they've got to find a way. They've just got to find a way. Dig deep.
Crouch, shadowed by Adoy, into the paint, turns, stops, spins, pumps, no good. Loose ball pulled down by Robertson. He's got Swearingen left side, keeps it himself. Now to Swearingen, almost didn't catch the ball. Inside to Price, got position. Oh, he missed the easy bunny, although he had really almost too close underneath the rim, John.
Yeah, he found himself in a weird angle. He couldn't square up to get it off the glass, so he had to just put up kind of a prayer there. and they're missing opportunities. They've done well on the defensive side. There's been 4 possessions now that WBU has come up empty, but no answers, no answers. So that anticipated mini run, not really a mini run.
4 teams you see there, folks, log jammed and a tie for second. 2 of them playing right here. If Mid-America loses today, they'll be 8-4. The winner of this game will be in a de facto tie for first place. It's going to be tied all the way. Look at that. You've got 6 teams separated by 2 games
What
for
an
first place.
amazing conference this is. Wow, it's an honor to be a part of the Sooner Athletic Conference. So many good teams, so many great coaches in this league that just prepare their teams to do battle. I mean, even Southwest Christian comes in here on Thursday night, takes it to the wire without their best player on the floor, and top to bottom, yeah, don't let the numbers lie to you. Top to bottom, this conference is one of the top 2, top 3 conferences in the nation, if not the top conference.
8 of 10 teams have easily 500 or better records, and that just goes to show you there the strength of schedule. The strength of these teams. Meanwhile, on the other end now, Yabo with a monster nasty dunk in transition.
I'm pretty sure he didn't even jump.
With the feed from Durant.
Wow.
In trouble. Another turnover by
and still
Guidry.
baffles me why we make decisions to pass the ball out of bounds, on the baseline. It's not good fundamental basketball.
Now the Pioneers content to take some more time off the clock. They'll milk each possession. They'll begin their set right about now. 10 seconds left. Into the paint. Durant, tough shot. No whistle. Loose ball. Tip back way out to the backcourt. Waters, a floater. And a whistle against WBU. It may be on Yabo. It will be. It's his 3rd foul. The team's 6th foul. 1 more will put the Lions in the bonus. Rogers will check out, and we'll see Micah Gentry check in for the first time, as well as Caleb Feimster. Micah Gentry, described as the team's best pure shooter. See if he can make some changes here. And Guidry trying to make something happen. This time gets to the paint, gets to the line. And at this point, you're glad that the clock stopped moving if you're the Lions. You need to just get points while the ticker's not ticking. 66-49, 17-point deficit, under 5 remaining. First free throw is good. And Michael check right back out again, as will his brother Jason. I'm not sure why he even checked in. I guess with that pure potential shot percentage. Now Yabo pulls that one down. So Gentry back on the bench, both Gentrys. Durant over to McDew, stolen by Guidry. Nice play from the senior. Worked through 2 defenders to clear out some space. Adoy with the steal. They were looking way downtown. A home run pass to Yabo, picked off by the junior, Emmanuel Adoy. Rashad over to Adoy. Lions down 14 with 4:22. And a whistle. That'll stop the clock. It'll send the senior, Jonathan Walter, to the foul line.
Well, now this is gut check time, so it's do or die at this point. It's not impossible to come back from a deficit like this with only 4 minutes and 20 seconds, but it's going to take mistake-free basketball and just dirty, get down, get dirty defense, create turnovers, create some points off of these opportunities.
Nice play by Guidry.
Just like that. Just like that.
Walter hits both. He's now 45 of 63 on the year.
Only down 12.
And here comes the press. Robertson and Alexander. Let's see if they can handle it. Crossing the timeline. Now over to McDew. Into Crouch, turns, spins. Robertson elevated, waiting for the ball. I think he got whistled for the hack. And now you're going to start seeing a lot of fresh legs come in. You're going to see both Gentrys come in, Feemster and Guidry, after this free throw.
And this is a tool that Donnie Bostwick has. He's just got to think hard and really coach his way back into opportunity to try to make something special happen. And that's what he does. He uses his offensive players on offense and his defensive players on defensive possessions. And it's really fun to watch how he uses his tools that are available for him.
Crouch, second free throw, no good. 1 of 2. Crouch has 16. Gentry spots up Micah, his brother, and he buries it. Micah Gentry, brother to brother, cuts the lead to 10. 3:50 remaining, and a whistle will send Johnson to the line. They call him the best pure shooter in the game. He came off the bench last time and drilled one from way downtown. Actually, 2 games ago.
Yeah, big.
From about 26 feet. That was about 23 feet.
Yeah, big time 3 he hit, and it was just his confidence level that he knows that he's going to make shots is amazing.
Too flat, but he gets the roll. Johnson, just 29 of 59 in the season. There it is. He's got it's kind of a more of a push jump shot, but it's very accurate. Don't let that fool you. It's a little bit of a slow release, but he gets a good look. It's going to fall. Johnson, like I said, is 29 of 50, so 30 out of 60.
Well, I tell you, Coach Garnett for the Pioneers, and may want to consider getting a timeout. Give his troops a little break, a little breather. He's got 4 of them.
Walter inside, back out to Micah. Another 3. That went off the mark. Too strong. And Gentry trying to foul Crouch, and does, with 3:32 remaining. The lead is 12.
Well, it looks like Coach Bostwick's trying to play the odds early on here, make this a really long game where he's got plenty of fouls to give. Look at that bench. There are a lot of players on that bench, and each one of them get 5 fouls. So this could end up being a long game if he feels like he's making headway. And it's been quasi kind of working a little bit. We'll know here in a little bit. If he can get that under 10, he's going to stay with it.
It was 21 around the 11, 12-minute mark. Now it's, now stuck at 13.
See,
now the free throw misses.
1-point possessions
they can help. Guidry turns, spins, spots up. Feemster, now Micah Gentry, another 3. Good, he's got 2!
And
2 out of 3!
And Coach Garnett, he better wake up and start smelling the coffee here, because
and a foul by Gentry.
This is an attack. They have found a weakness in what WBU is doing. They'll gladly trade 3 points for 1 point.
All day long. At least for the next 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle in. This could be a long way to go.
This could be a 15-minute.
There are a lot of fouls. I don't know if we could get a view on the SAGU bench, but look at all those players. There's a lot of fouls to give.
Holds his form, full release, fingers pointing down. Get that nice shooter's rotation. Second free throw is no good. So again, 1 point. Let's see if we can get 2 or 3 out of this possession. Guidry, he's got Feemster left side, keeps it himself. In a monster rejection, they're going to call a goaltending quickly. Boston off the bench. Before the ball can be inbounded, he wants 5 or 4 more players in.
Big call by the referees. I don't know. I don't think anybody other than that referee thought that was a goaltending, because that was definitely that shot was going to come up short no matter what.
Well, we might just look at it again. Here it is again. If the ball's coming down,
needs to be in the ceiling. Oh, it's still going up way. It wasn't even. It was barely above the. It wasn't even really above the rim.
A gift given to the Lions. Two
Yeah, and
freebies.
hey, that's what you need. You need some breaks, and you need Wayland. Coach Garnett's sitting on 4 timeouts. Not sure what he's thinking, what he's saving them for. That's what you got them. You got them for. Use them. You use them strategically so that you can give your troops a break.
First free throw's good by Waters. Robert Waters shoots, see, 59 out of, he gets one. It was 59 out of 78.
The 4th possession where they've come up short with only 1 free throw.
Guidry spots at Walter. Easy bucket, baby! Jonathan Walter off the feed from Tyler has cut the lead to 8. And now the full court press. And finally, there it was, a timeout by Matt Garnett. Says, I've seen enough. This lead is dwindling quick.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that's probably a couple minutes too late. They needed to get this game planned and recognize that this was a strategic attack against what they do, and the Lions just have them right where they want them.
Look how Gentry on that fast break created the passing lane. He worked the ball from the middle to the left to create the passing lane, drew the defense over. He knew Walter would be there. These seniors know where they're going to be at. They knew they're going to be at. Here it is again. If we see it coming around the other, well, there's Micah Gentry first. But love how Walter used his body control, his position to free up the passing lane. Here it is, works himself left, knows where Walter's going to be at. There he is, boom. That is senior leadership by those two players on the same page, baby.
And that is the gutsy type of performance that you just have to have out of your players. Say, we're not going to die. We're not going to give up. This is our gym. This is our floor. You're going to have to really earn this win. And like we said in pregame, this is not going to be a blowout. This is going to be a game that comes right down to the end. Donnie Bostwick is way too smart to be just let this game go by the wayside. He doesn't like losing, and he will do anything he can to win.
Puts Robertson just beyond the three-point line. He's positioned every player where he wants them. Johnson will inbound. And underneath the basket, it is, where's the foul? There's no foul call. Johnson now freed up to run the court. And a missed dunk. Waters comes up with it. Time going off the clock. And finally was that a turnover. A turnover. There it is again, Mr. Cookman.
Wow. Another gift from the referees. Let's see this.
Yabo can't believe it. And
he's leaning on him. He did. Well, he picked up his pivot foot, so that was a travel.
And the Lions will give it right back. Another turnover by Guidry. He lost the handle in traffic. First real mistake the Lions have made the last 60, 90 seconds or so.
And that's 5 on Tyler Guidry.
So Guidry's gone. He'll finish with 5 points and 5 fouls.
Huge loss there because of the senior leadership that Tyler Guidry offers, and his ability to penetrate and create defensive collapses that will open up shots for Micah Gentry, for John Walter. You know, he really did his job. We don't call him the psychiatrist for nothing, man.
He asked me the other day, he said, Mr. Bryce, I said, yes. Why does John Cookman call me the psychiatrist? I said, I don't know.
Because
what
he's
his mind is
doing
thinking.
Mental work, man. He does a number on some of these lower IQ basketball players.
I said, he needs to go see a psychiatrist. Tyler, what are you asking me about that?
That doesn't even make sense, right?
That you need to see a psychiatrist.
No, that didn't even make sense. I know that. I know you were trying to make a jab.
It works. It works. It works. My stuff works against you. I got the Svengali spell over you.
Not at all.
2:31 remaining. Here comes the Pioneers. Can they beat this press?
Great steal.
Steal from, Alexander, but there's a foul, there's a whistle, and he'll go to the line as McDew lost the handle. Rashad Alexander there. Here we'll see it again here as he was trying to pass over his left shoulder.
Wow.
Alexander there to tip it away.
Refs kind of give him another one. No one.
We get
really
some hometown cooking
hey,
here.
Hey, you're getting a little bit of home cooking. Everybody does. Doesn't matter where you are.
Free throw's good. Alexander, he is 24 of 29 in the season coming into today's game.
Part of the home court advantage.
This is a 7-point game here, folks.
Yes, sir.
Could it be 6?
It
is
is.
A 6-point game, and officially we have ourselves a ball game. The Lions are right there. 2 possessions away. Who'd have thunk this about 8 minutes ago? 2-on-1. You need a big stop here. It blows a layup, but powering through. Yabo on the missed rebound, on the missed shot, rebounding Yabo. Slams it through, lead back to 8. Alexander, long 3, get in there. Oh, Barry! Rashad Alexander on fire! Defense, offense, crowd on their feet. Lions storm the court on the timeout. The lead is 5.
Wow. Well, this team, the WBU, is certainly
stunned, maybe?
Well, they're certainly more talented and more athletic, but just downright getting out-coached right now. Donnie Bostwick putting on a coaching clinic. Oh, my goodness.
Down 21. You saw the timeout. He was wringing his hands, his head in his forehead, looking down like, what do we do? Down 21 at about the 11-minute mark.
Oh, no.
Game all but over.
They were down 20 with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left.
There it is again, way downtown.
Wow.
Could have been called for a foul because Rashad Alexander landed on the feet of the defender.
Big time play. Not giving up. This is a big lesson for the youngsters watching at home. Never give up. Never give up.
The only seniors of note on the floor are McDew and Crouch. Well, Durant's also a senior and Ristoff, but you've got some seniors in these gold and purple uniforms who are bringing it here at the Schaefer Center today.
Yes, they are.
Cutting the lead to 5. Here's the full court press. Johnson nearly tipped away by Walter. Now cross midcourt. And a kickball off of Robertson. We'll keep it right here with 29 on the shot clock.
And Robertson has changed his shoes. He wore the tread off of his other shoes. That guy is flash in skin, man.
Walters, shadowed by Swearingen. Swearingen getting some important minutes here in the final stages of this game. Robertson beaten by Johnson, up ahead to Durant, and another monster dunk over the rim, slamming it through the rim. Bonja Yabo. Robertson elevates for 3, off the front edge of the rim. Rebound and a foul will send Royal Crouch to the line. The senior transfer from Brown Mackey Junior College out of Gary, Indiana. He only averages, well, he averages 16.8. He's got, let's see how much. He's got 17, so John right at his average at this point in the ball game. 4 of 7 from the line, so under or just over 50% for the year. Crouch is 87 of 106 coming into the game, so about 85%.
Well, Crouch has been fairly silent here in the second half. He got 13 of those 18 now points in the first half. So they've done a good job keeping him out of the lanes and making things happen. You know, he's a guy that makes things happen. I think they got up so big that they got lulled to sleep.
Lions down 9 again. Credit the Pioneers for punching back. Walter spots up Alexander into the paint, over to Gentry, and a whistle and a block inside. It'll be Alexander back in the line, whistle against Johnson. Jordan Johnson. It's his Just his second foul. Put the Lions, they'll be in a double bonus the rest of the way. Rashad is 24 of 29 from the line coming into today's game. Nice, healthy, mid 80%. First free throw is no good.
That's a rare miss.
Swearingen, Robertson.
Getting the defensive
Walter.
speed in there.
Yep, and back on defense deep is Adoy. Second free throw is good.
It's real interesting that Coach Garnett doesn't send a big man to the middle to help out. He's counting on some
Somehow
speed.
It landed back in the hands of McDew, and now a whistle near midcourt.
SAGU's trying to foul, and the referee won't call it.
Taquan McDew averages 11.8. He's got 15 on the day. Playing a real good ball game. His first free throw is on the way. And it is nothing but the bottom of the net. Lead back to 9, a minute 15 remaining.
Little awkward on the free throw line. Let's see if they can actually get a conversion of 2 free throws. That's been part of the magic of what's happened here in the last 2 minutes of gameplay, is that they've really only shot 50% from the free throw line in these last 2 minutes. They make the first one and miss the second one.
Got them both.
He broke the curse.
You brought it up. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
10-point lead, a minute 15. Alexander lets the ball roll, picks it up, saves a few seconds, gets it over to Gentry. Walter's got to take it, does take it.
Oh.
And Gentry with the rebound. Spots up Walter, over to Rashad. And a foul.
Get it!
I got it! Oh, he got his man elevated. Lean into him. Let it fly. Come sort of a prayer, and he got it, baby.
And I bet you he don't miss this free throw, ladies and gentlemen. Rashad Alexander knows the meaning of big moments, and you just witnessed how he treats those big moments.
Could the lead be back to 6, folks? Can you believe the Lions just will not go away? Garnett must be thinking, what do I got to do to win this ball game? I was up by 21 a few minutes ago.
You got to keep coaching. You can't assume that you're going to win.
Big free throw here. The lead could cut back to a 2-game possession, and he does just that. A 4-point play. Got to foul in a hurry, Rashad. You got to foul in a hurry. Foul him in a hurry. And, a steal instead, Walter. Look up ahead to Swearingen. Be careful, be careful. Adoy out to Alexander. Works it right. Back over to Adoy. He's going to take the 3. It's blocked. Oh, what a block by Yabo. And a whistle in the backcourt. That could have cut the lead to 3. Instead, Bunja Yabo rejects the 3-point shot from Emmanuel Adoy. There he is right there. All credit to that big man for stepping in front, timing his jump right. Adoy has a high release anyway, so credit Yabo.
Yeah, good timing.
Here it is again. And notice he landed away from Adoy. If you're going to jump and block a shot, folks, you youngsters watching, don't jump into the shooter. Jump past him so you don't land and get the cheap foul. Brick. Oh, it went in. It looked like it was going to be. I was fooled so high.
He hasn't hit anything but net all night, Mr. Price.
Threw it way up there.
Are you kidding me? You're going to be
I was
so
hoping
audacious to call a brick?
I was hoping. I've become a homer. Help me.
If brick means twine, then I guess you're right.
That one's good. I didn't say nothing about that one. Lead is back to 7. A minute or 40 seconds. A long 3. Oh, way off the mark. And a rebound. And now we're in the late stages of a game. It's beginning to leak away from the Lions. It'll send Royal Crouch to the line. Lions had cut this to 6. Had cut to 5 at a minute 59 left on Rashad's first 3-pointer. Missed the second. Missed the next free throw. But at minute 3, he cut the lead to 6 on a 4-point play. Here's that block shot again. We just caught the end of that one. So it'll be Royal Crouch. The chance to put the lead back to 9. And you want to say almost seal it, but the way this game's been going, wait till it's all zeros. What a block from the big man, Bunja Yabo. The lead is 9. Free throw,
And
no
again,
good.
50% from the line.
35 seconds. Alexander's got to do something quick. Turns, spins. What a move. Gets it over to Micah. Long 3. Nails it in the corner.
Trading
3 out of 4, baby.
Threes for 1. Threes for 1. And I'm not sure what it is. As a coach, you've got to be able to recognize how these plays are going to turn out. Look at the personnel on the floor and tell your guys, this is what you got to do. It's not rocket science. It's pretty easy. There's a guy that's hit three-pointers. He's 3 for 4. Somebody
Get
don't
on
let
him.
him shoot. I know he's only played a total of 40 seconds of the ball game, but all 40 seconds,
he's got
points.
He's got, I assume 9. Yeah, he's got 9 points. That's right. 3. I think he's 3 out of 4 from three-point land. Somehow, folks, this is a two-possession game. There is again. McDew fouled by Alexander. About 1 second goes off, 2 seconds go off the shot clock. 26.5.
Good defense, good strategy. Come down. Got to hope that these guys keep missing.
Or making 1 out of 2 and come back and hit a 3.
Man,
it's the same as a miss in a bucket.
That's right. You're gaining 2 points for each possession. So, that's like a free bucket.
Here we go. McDew. Some big free throws here. Taquan, first free throw is good.
You got to give it to him. This guy is a really good free throw shooter. As they say, ice in the veins, cool, collected, shooting, doing what he knows to do, and that's to shoot the round ball into the hole.
Every player in the court for the Lions can hit from the three easily. Walter can. We know the Gentrys can. Feimster can hit it. Hits up his brother again. Micah over to Jason for 3 from the same corner. No good. Rebound Johnson way up ahead and a foul. And now 18.6 remaining. Gentry's second. And now you just need to miss here. You need to miss. They're going to get 2 shots at it, though. You need 2 misses and a quick 3, and then another steal. Or else this one's going to get away from the Lions. But credit them for, there's a miss. Credit them for just hanging around that it's even interesting with 18.6 seconds left.
Well, this game is not over, Rob, especially if you don't hit your free throws.
Second free throw. Got one of them. 9-point lead. They got to move quick. They got to fire it up. Right there, he will. Long 3, no good. Tip, no good. Loose ball, out of bounds.
Oh, bad call. Bad call.
And Walter's asking for a tip. The referee's going to talk it over.
Yep, they're going to reverse this. That's for sure.
They're going to have a discussion, and they will turn it around and change the call. It was off, easily off the hand of
Yabo.
Walter needs to find a three-point shooter in a hurry. He's got Feimster. I'm not sure why he backed up on that shot. He kind of jumped backwards instead of forward. And that's going to seal it, folks. 5.6 seconds remaining, and the Lions are going to lose their first game in this 5-game homestand.
Coach Donnie Bostwick with some serious strategy. Wow, I don't want to play chess against him.
No.
Man.
This game was all but over.
Yeah.
At about the 10-minute mark.
Oh, at 3 minutes, man, you're down 16 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. And wow. And you got to give hats off, total credit to WBU.
I have
Wayland
at
Baptist.
10 minutes, they were down
That's
20.
because you don't know how to do math.
23 points down.
Wayland Baptist hanging in there, doing the things they have to do to win tough ball games on the road. what a big game. These guys are going to be there in the end. They're going to be at the national tournament, I guarantee it. And they are going to present a huge challenge to even the best teams in the nation.
Down 62-39 with 10:04 left, and they battled back. If my math is right there, I think it is.
39 points.
It
So in
was,
the last
it was a
10 minutes,
23-point game.
in the last 10 minutes, they almost doubled their first 30 minutes
It's just amazing.
of production. Unbelievable.
Well, you'll see the players take court for post-game prayer. We'll take a real quick break here, give you some final thoughts and some stats as we prepare to say goodbye to these Lions. We'll have one more home game here. It'll be on Thursday. We'll preview that game, and then there's just one game left here in the SAGU Sports Network. We'll give some final thoughts here. The Lions lose this one, game 2, 87-77. Be right back with more after this. Final score, 87-77, and how do you respond to a team that just will not give up? You're down 22, 23 points, and they cut it down to 5 with about a minute and a half left. But it was just, I guess they just ran out of clock time, John. This game, another 2 minutes, I think SAGU could have pulled this game out.
Well, and actually, they might have pulled this game out on almost any other team, but this team was just too big, too deep, too talented to be denied today. And hats off to them. But wow, I don't think if you're in that locker room, yes, you're upset about losing. You don't ever take losing, happily, but don't hang your head. Oh my goodness, you showed some resiliency and you fought back, you didn't quit, and that's going to pay off. That is going to pay off. And I guarantee Donnie Boswick will go back, look at the tape, and he'll show the guys a lot of tape on this, and they will learn some lessons about how to become a better basketball team from this game.
We're joined by Adam, who's now with us in the booth to look at the guaranteed wins for today, up through today. We all get the check mark for Oklahoma City. We all don't get the check mark. This is women's for St. Greg's. They win there. We all get the check mark at a low-scoring game with Texas Wesleyan, and we all get the check mark for Baptist and Wayland Baptist. Look at the guys.
It doesn't matter. This is a moot point.
It's a wash.
So it's nice, but let's move on to the men's basketball graphic.
Yeah, the men's graphic will show some differences. There could be some shifting in the standings.
Obviously, we have some people sleeping back in the control booth. Well, there we go.
Okay, Oklahoma City. That game is at 3 p.m. We don't have a game score on that yet. Let's look at MACU. I'm up by 11 if that score holds. That'll help. Texas Wesleyan later on tonight. We've all picked them. Oklahoma Baptist later on tonight, and John Cookman.
Well, actually, this hasn't been tallied up, obviously, because I haven't been credited for my win.
So, well, let's look at the loss. I will now have 9. Ferguson's got 11. You've got 10, so you've jumped out of a second-place tie. But pending the MACU win, I will regain my 2-game advantage.
I'll go down to 12 losses.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm done.
Well, actually, that game's not over, and still a lot of. We know St. Greg's is a powerful team. They're a late rallying team. That score seems a little odd. So we'll check with our stats and make sure we post that on our social media portal.
Scoring leaders for today's game: Alexander for the Lions 22, McDew 21 for the Pioneers. Rebounding leader Walter with 12 for the Lions. Yabo, who else? 15 rebounds for WBU. Assist leader Gentry 5. Johnson, the big man, the forward, had 5. And you see the game stats here. Free throws ended up being in favor of the Lions, but there's the field goal percentage, 33-48 in favor of the Pioneers. Panthers, Buffalo Pioneers. 3-point shooting, pretty stout, 36. That could have been better. Lions shot, oh my goodness, 47. Is that a typo? 47 threes.
Wow.
Does that feel right to you, John?
Yeah, it does. In the late in the game, it's predominantly all they shot. So
36 defensive rebounds for the Pioneers. A lot of those, almost half of those, were from Yabo in one way or the other. Assist, check mark Pioneers. Credit to the Lions for staying alive with the steals at the end of the game. And overall, a lot of team fouls for both, especially the Lions. Anyway, bench scoring, 26-17 in favor of the Lions. Points in the paint, also in favor of the Pioneers as well. So final thoughts here, John, as we head into Game 5 of a 5-game homestand. We'll be back Thursday as the Lions host Oklahoma Baptist, number 17 in the nation.
Well, I hopefully the Lions will be able to rebound from this. It won't have too much psychological damage, and that's what you worry about, as a coach, as a fan. How do these young guys? This is not the pros, so that the experience is not quite there. There's still a lot of psychological collateral that happens when you go through such a gut-wrenching effort and you lose the game. So I trust that Donnie Boswick will get these guys ramped back up and help them see the silver lining in what they did, and they'll move on and just keep the winning happening, because they're in a good place in the conference, and you just got to believe, you get a good seat and get a good road. You Mike could come in and actually
get a home game. Finish in the tournament.
And it's all played in one place.
It's one place. That's true.
And but get a good matchup, and if they were to finish in second place, they would get of the tournament. Then they'll get a bye into the national tournament, and I think that's going to be probably, unless they win out somehow, which is very possible. They may be able to squeak in and get a national tournament berth, but that means that probably 4 teams from the Sooner Conference would get in, and that's not likely. So they still have some fighting to do to keep their national tournament berths alive.
Meanwhile, WBU will go on at home to host the number 2 team in the nation, the leader in the Sooner Athletic Conference in Oklahoma City. They are undefeated, are the Stars. But a good momentum-building win on the road for the Pioneers, so they'll be ready to rock and roll on Thursday out in Plainview. And so, we'll call it a wrap here on this broadcast. Thanks for watching. Unfortunately, both Lions and Lady Lions drop it. Lady Lions lost their game 84-60. Men drop it in a tight one, 87-70. Until Thursday, we'll see you back then. And on behalf of John Cookman, Adam Ferguson, our entire student crew, this is Rob Price saying so long from the Schaefer Center. Until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace.